Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Shahira binti Muhammad Aizadi and I will briefly introduce on our group's presentation title, which is Income Inequality and Urbanization. Let's start off with several definitions. First and foremost, what is urban poverty? Urban poverty is a set of economic and also social difficulties that are found in industrialized cities and that are due to higher living standards, higher sense of individualism, and also social disintegration. So urban poverty may not be begging, but they're still struggling. Next, we proceed on income inequality. So what is income inequality? Income inequality is unequal distribution of salary and opportunity between different groups in society. Last but not least, what is urbanization? Urbanization is the process of increase in the number of people living in urban areas and the ways in which the population or the community adapts to the change.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Amira binti Abdul Muttalib and I will explain on the issues. There are two issues in this topic. For income equality, the issue is urban gentrification and cost of living. Gentrification is the arrival of richer individuals in an existing urban neighborhood, which results in a rise in rents and property prices, as well as changes in the district character and culture. In other words, the displacement of poor community by rich outsiders. People who grew up in urban areas are forced to move to other cheaper urban area because their earnings cannot keep up with the growing cost of housing in their original urban locales. Majority of urban poor are moving into the BKL and PKNS low-cost smaller houses and cramped apartments. Based on that, the new issue could be arisen, which is the increasing of cost of living in urban areas. The poor people in urban localities have to take on additional jobs or work overtime for extra income to meet up their higher cost of living. In some cases, they may fall into the trap of debt due to insufficient income. While for urbanization, the issue is unemployment and crime and social problems. Even when the urban areas becomes more developed, there is still insufficient jobs opportunities for the urban poor, which can create unemployment. Because the urban poor really need to compete in order to get the well-paid job, because the job opportunities are limited, they also need to compete with foreign laborers that immigrate to Malaysia. Due to this unemployment issue, this can be related to crime and social problems. When the people have no job, they tend to do crimes to earn some income. The crime will be increased because the poor are forced to commit crimes in order to survive in the life of the city. Increasing crime will undoubtedly result in a lower quality of life of those particular individuals and giving bad reputation and negative image to the foreign investor on our country.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Dr. Fuad and fellow friends. My name is Nora Emilia and today I'm going to explain and analyze the issue and provide with some of the recommendation in addressing the issue of income inequality and unemployment in Malaysia. So first and foremost, the recommendation that been provided in order to reduce income inequality is the government has provided a various implementation in order to provide an assistance to the B40 group, especially in the COVID-19. We have noticed that the government has provided with Bantuan Prihatin Nasional, Package Bantuan Makanan, Perumahan Rakyat Satu Malaysia, Projek Perumahan Rakyat and many other assistance in order to ensure that they have provided with the best treatment from the government. As well as we can see that the government has imposed with the regressive tax, which is they have provided the person who are having the highest salary, which is high than 5,000 ringgit, are needed to pay personal income tax. So that we have noticed that the government want to reduce the income distribution and to ensure income equality between the highest income group and the lowest income group. So then we can see that there is some of the recommendation in addressing the issue regarding to unemployment in Malaysia. We have seen that the government has provided many of initiatives in order to ensure there is job opportunity being provided in Malaysia, such as the government has building Iskandar development in Johor, which provided more job vacancy in terms of technology. In fact, we can see that the government has created some of globalization in order for giving an permission for the Malaysian citizen to work at the outside region, such as in Singapore. As well as we can see that there is a system of open economy, which we can see that the government has developing towards the existence of the outsider company to build in Malaysia and provide a job vacancy. For example, we can see that there is Japanese IT company that been provided in Malaysia, such as TK International Sendian Berhad, which has been located in Petaling Jaya. So that we can see from the recommendation, it is available to reduce income inequality and reduce the unemployment from having in Malaysia. So from that, I think that's all from me. Thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Fatihah Nabila binti Daud. So I will explain about the theory. Income equality can be related with the theory of Friedrich-Engels, which is inequality and poverty. In this theory, Friedrich-Engels noted the difference between the wealthy and poor people in 1850 when he visited the industrial city of England. So how this theory can be related with this issue? Because there are income equality which also can cause the inequality in housing. Income equality has been increasing intensively by inequality in wealth, especially the appreciation of poverty value. Housing is essential need for urban residents, and the housing market also has the significant relationship with the urban equality in a multiple way. Next, how housing market have a relationship with the urban equality is in market housing. There are different preferences for buyer or even discrimination, which is differences in income, education, age and race, which cause the residential segregation. The segregation of housing markets and problem of housing affordability can be the cause of the urban equality. So the residential segregation can be related with many aspects of inequality, which is including inadequate in education, poor health and a lack of job. Next, the process of urbanization in developing countries can be captured by increases in the number and size of the city, and urbanization also can lead to poverty because people need to compete with each other to get the job and survive in the urban area. So, the risk of urban poverty is in monetary risk because one of the characteristics of urban poverty is inadequate and unstable income, and also with the debt of repayment, it will also reducing the available of income. This is maybe the impact of discrimination in labor markets, which against the particular group on the basis of gender, class or ethnicity.
I am Nur Alia and I will explain about the value of the discussion. There are two values that we can learn from the discussion. Firstly is good governance. It is a process of measuring how public institutions conduct public affairs and manage public resources and guarantee the realization of human rights in a manner essentially free of corruption. The government has shown the best effort to increase and build connectivity and network infrastructure and services. The government also provide more initiative to support transport, communication, logistics systems and services and give more job opportunities in the urban area. Next, empathy. Empathy is defined as understanding and sharing the feelings of another. People need to understand who others are and accept who they are. The poverty issues happen when the urban and the rural society lack of empathy. If they help each other, this will decrease the rate of poverty.
For the conclusion, the rapid growth of urbanization in Malaysia are due to the growth of large cities and metropolitan cities in the country. Even though the urban poverty rate has showed a declining pattern, there are still existence of poverty and also hardcore poverty in the cities, while the income inequality remains wider. The greatest alternative to curb this kind of issue is to design and a continuous implementation of effective programs such as urban poverty alleviation program.